investors in Rwanda's mineral sector, acknowledging that the country's strategic location and mineral abundance were key factors attracting them. Meanwhile, regional political experts find that certain countries imposing sanctions on Rwanda under accusation of illegally mining of Congolese minerals is an attempt to divert the attention from the real cause of the insecurity in DRC. We have a report by Adam Squizera.
For more than 30 years, the DRC government has ignored the concerns of its mainly Kinyarwanda-speaking population in the eastern part of the country. Tit Gatabazi explains that shifting the narrative from the real issues which led the M23 to take up arms to an accusation of illegal mining of Congolese minerals is a deliberate attempt to mislead the international community and divert attention from the weakness of the DRC's leadership. Some people claim their rights as Congolese, but it is often twisted to justify their pursuit of minerals, which is irrelevant. In reality, 7% of these minerals are controlled by China, while 30% are in the hands of some European companies. According to the Africa Intelligence News outlet, in Katanga, the governor is said to be a close ally of the Tshisekedi family. He is reportedly representing the interests of the Tshisekedi family and Ramaphosa's, as they are the main players extracting minerals in that region. Alois Mutabingwa emphasizes that some in the international community and certain countries continue to deliberately ignore the truth about what is happening in the Eastern DRC. He finds that this is done to protect their economic interests, which are deeply tied to the mineral-rich region.
There has been illegal trading around there, no question about it, including some foreign actors preoccupied with illegal trading than anything else. And that causes insecurity. Actually, it escalates the causes of insecurity around these areas, especially these that are known to be rich in natural resources. Surprisingly, those who've been in those acts are those who are constitutionally responsible for guaranteeing security to people.
Ray Parr, who owns the first cotton processing plant in Rwanda and on the African continent, is among those who disagree with the claims that Rwanda lacks mineral resources.
Oh, sure, look, we've stood on it. I mean, it is fundamental. There are a lot of non-geologists who have opinions, but it is here. We've invested a huge amount of money to build a full industrial scale mine with exploration data, with drilling data. We've proven the resources. But in reality, you can look through the historical archives. Rwanda was a substantial contributor to the tin mining back in the 1940s and 50s. And let's face it, the geology does not have passports. Rocks don't get to a political border and say, okay, we stop here. Yeah? This whole belt is the whole region. It even crosses into Burundi and up in Uganda. It's the whole region. So you cannot say just because there's a political border invented in the last 125 years, all of a sudden rocks that have been here for multi-millions of years have changed location. It's not viable. And so you can see here, we have a very solid investment. You don't see thousands of people, but that's because that's a very unsafe way to mine. The more miners you have crawling in tunnels, the more people that die. And we all know artisanal mining has got a reasonably poor reputation for all the human rights abuses that have taken place over the last 40 years.
In a recent interview with Marion Alfal, one of the most popular journalists on social media platforms such as YouTube and X, formerly Twitter, President Paul Kagame family stated that Rwanda has nothing to do with the minerals it is accused of extracting from the DRC.
If you looked at the list of 100 entities, 100 from wherever, China, Europe, US, Canada, and so on, including all of us in the region, who are interested in the minerals in the Congo, Rwanda would come as 100th, would come at the bottom. If you ranked them 1, 2, 3, but the situation is such that it has been made to look like the ones least concerned with the minerals have been the ones accused for the entire problem of these 100 who get billions and billions and leave nothing behind. So Rwanda has come to be the ones to absorb it. So that is
To absorb all the blame.
all the blame, because those that who line up to the 99s are the people who have the power of the media, of everything. And for them, they're also benefiting from the bad politics of Congo. And most of these people probably have a share in the companies formed together with Tshisekedi.
President Felix.
Yes.
Here, the head of state told this journalist that Rwanda's main concern is its security.
Our problem is not minerals. It has nothing to do with minerals. Ours is about security. And once we are not assured of our security and long term, we can't be thinking about minerals in that situation. No, that would be the last thing on our minds.
Rwanda's security concerns have led it to adopt defensive measures that have prompted some countries to impose sanctions. Rwanda finds this as not the best way to address the security crisis in the region, which is largely based on the activities of the FDLR, a genocidal militia group. Adam Squizera, RwandaTV News.